Okay,
Oh,
you
shit.
guys, hold on.
Sorry.
Okay. No, you're okay, honey. You're right.
Crazy. It's working, you know.
Okay, here we are live, everybody. So how is
Nice.
everybody doing? You're right.
Oh, by the
Oh.
way, we're gonna have a lag.
Yeah, I need to just turn down your, you guys just turn down your volume. That's all. So
Nice.
that needs to, that probably. Okay.
See the lag on it?
Yes, honey, there's a lag on it because we're live. Remember, we had to do this before. This is where we ran into before. So there is going to be a little bit of a lag. Hi, Cam 23. Babe, we're going to have to hang it up. It's going to give us reverb. Hey, Nicole, we're going to have to hang up because it's giving us reverb off my phone. Hold on. I'm going to turn it. Okay, love you.
Nice to meet you, Nicole.
Okay, bye, Annie.
Nice to see
You too, Annie.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye.
Bye, Nicole.
I don't remember how we did this last time.
We had to use microphones.
Addie,
Whack
you're the
and I
only one who
used to
can
do
see
it.
the
Oh, yeah.
chat,
We had to
right?
use-
Are you
we
the
had
only
to
one who
use-
can see the
Honey,
chat?
I'm just gonna have to go with the leg, so relax.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye. Okay, so you guys, there's gonna be a lag, so we're just gonna have to live with that lag.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
so
So if you guys have your phones on, you're gonna have to turn down your phones. And then, so that you can't hear through your phones, and you can only hear through the computer, but there's gonna be a little bit of lag. Hi, you guys, thank you for sticking through our little,
so
So if you guys have your phones on, you're gonna have to turn down your phones. And then, so that you can't hear through your phones, and you can only hear through the computer, but there's gonna be a little bit of lag. Hi, you guys, thank you for sticking through our
a
little,
lot of lag.
So if you guys have your phones on, you're gonna have to turn down your phones. And then, so that you can't hear through your phones, you can only hear through the computer, but there's gonna be a little bit of lag. Hi, you guys, thank you for sticking through our little,
Hang with us, guys.
George just clicked off. And then, okay, well, bye.
Addie, are you the only one who can see the chat?
Yes.
Cool.
We had to use headsets, remember?
Well, we're not doing that now, so
What happened?
just clicked off.
Why?
I don't know why.
Oh, I thought you clicked on it.
No.
We're gonna have a good time, guys.
I'm back on there, no? Am I back on there?
I can't see anything.
I see you.
Can you see us? I can't see you.
I see Louis. I see George.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but what's weird is I can't see anything on, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do the chat on my phone.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay. George, you good? Everybody
Yes,
good?
I am.
I'm good.
Okay.
We're live.
Let's
Yeah.
do this.
I'm kidding, man.
Chad and Louie.
What's happening, my brother? Good to
I like
see
that
you.
meeting.
Mhm.
So
So
happy
if
to be
anybody doesn't
here.
know, that's Louie from Grind and Pivot. There's Jen Magana from Convicted Hearts, and there's Big Mex.
That's right.
The man.
805 in the house.
805.
You want to go on your phone and look?
And we both can.
Love it, you guys.
I can't. That's funny because I can't see anything. Like I can't see the chat or anything. But it's the only way because it starts getting like a weird reverb on
It's
it.
still on delay, Adrian? Is it on delay still?
No.
Good.
And I think here is. Are you on your chat?
Oh,
What
I
do you
got
do?
it. Yeah, I see it. I got it on the phone.
Okay.
I don't know. How to do
Who's?
it on my phone.
You
Sophie?
just go on YouTube.
Okay, I didn't.
I don't know who's on. Who's on where it says iPhone? Who's that?
Oh, that's
I have an
me.
iPhone. Who's
That's
that?
Whack. Is that Whack?
Yeah, that's
Whack
me.
Deuce.
Why can't I see you?
Okay, hold on. I'm still trying to figure it out. I got my kids running around crazy right now. Hold on.
Whack Dizzles. What's up, my
Yeah,
brother?
enable your
What's going on?
your,
The
sir.
stunner is in the house.
To
the
everybody,
stunner.
thank you guys for being patient with this because, this is a thing. So,
Special.
what's up, Whack?
Oh, okay, here we go.
There he is.
What's up with
That's
that long
right.
hair, man?
Let me
Whack's
grab-
got the long hair going.
hey, to all our peeps on YouTube, can you guys see all of us? Can you see everybody? There,
Oh, no.
there we go. I got the chat on here.
Cool.
So if you guys want to see the chat, just put it on your phone. So that way you guys can see the
Anybody want
chat.
to respond to comments, let us know. Hey, so who's the one of Whack? I remember Whack shot me a message on Instagram. Hey, I'm from San Diego. I'm a white Crip, I like to get some artwork and I was like, yeah, cool, and next thing you know, he was on my channel,
Oh, Whack, look at your hair. Your
Whack,
hair's getting
dude.
long. It looks good.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
My
What up,
LVC. What's
stunner?
good, cuz?
What's up, Big Max?
Yes,
Big
sir.
baby. Big baby. What's happening?
Hi,
Big
Brian. Hi, Mr. Williams View. Hi, Lakewater. Hi, Denise.
Lakewater.
How's it going?
Lakewater's been on with us forever, too.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Hi, JP's on now.
Remember I met
JP, I'm sorry. He's had COVID.
Oh, man.
It's a rough ride. That is a rough ride. So we wanted to come on tonight to do just a little kind of walk down memory lane a little bit. So we hit 3 years in December.
Yeah, last month we had 3
Yeah.
years on YouTube, so.
Yeah, so it's been 3 years. And so we started at the beginning of COVID. And that's how we met all these people sitting on the screen right now. That's how we met. All of them was at the very beginning. And it was really, I think for me, I'm just going to speak for myself and Mitch can speak for himself. But for me, it was just like such an amazing, none of us knew what was really happening like in the world at that moment. Like it was, for me, it was scary. Like I didn't know what was
Well,
going
you worked
on.
at the hospital.
I worked at the hospital, we had, people coming on it was a little scary. So it was really nice when we started doing this to kind of connect with people. And I met all of these peeps that are in this visual right now had a lot to do with our connections to people. And we were pretty much that first year, like we all talked all of the time offline. Yeah, Louis made the patch that Louis got in his hat. Louis made for us. Louis made
our
us.
beanies.
Yeah, we made our beanies, and and then Jen and I connected, and we stayed connected. We talk all the time. Whack, we've watched Whack go through his trials and tribulations, and he's making it out on the other side, and I love that. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
And we met Big Mex, went out to go visit him, and went out there for Mitch's birthday.
Bunch of times.
And him and Rose and Cheche are amazing people, and I just, we just wanted to come on and kind of say, and Ron RMC, he's been with us
That's
for
right.
a long time.
Yeah, I got to meet Ron in Stockton at the Celebration of Life for the funeral for Sonny.
Frank Rizzo. Hey,
Right, yeah.
friends, what's going on, Frank?
One guy I haven't seen in quite a
Frank
while. was,
Rizzo.
Steve the Barber hasn't been on for quite a while, but I remember
Yeah.
Steve. He was on regular. He had
Shout
some
out to Zeus the Barber.
Yeah, but he was always pretty cool to have on. I remember I got this thing, like I saw a photograph of a license plate surround, and it said hard intentions, do it hard, all that. And I was like, I didn't know. I said, what's up with that? Is that guy making those and selling those? What's going on?
That shit's on Herbie, man. I didn't sell that shit's on Herbie. You want to see it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
show it.
but
Can I
the
show it real
next,
quick?
like, huh?
You want to see it real quick? Let me show it real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Show your man cave, bro.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
itching.
Okay.
no.
That's
Damn.
Herbie.
come on. You want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
Come around. You got to come around.
Here she is. Come sit. We want to say hi, honey.
Come on. You're gonna hurt yourself. Go around. No, this way. Look. Hey, there. Everybody's waiting on you, girl. You're being late.
somebody was on there.
Hi.
Tashunka in the house.
Hi, Tashanka. He's another one that's been with us from the get.
Hi.
Tashanka, if you want to come into the chat, just I'll give you the code and you can come on in if you want to. Hi, honey.
What's up,
how are
Tashanka?
you? I like your shirt. Hi. Are you gonna come out and see our goats?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love for you to come see our goats.
Some good eating right there.
Hey, Big Mitch, you better
Just
watch
kidding,
yourself.
just kidding.
Yeah.
You know how it is, man. You got to barbecue them goats.
That's right.
That's what I've heard.
All right.
So we got a new dog, right? And it's a dogo. It's Argentinian Mastiff. So I take it down. We get hay for the goats, and this guy tells me, that goat's pretty mellow. But wait till he sees a wild boar, and we don't have any wild boars around here. But the billy goat got out. Next thing I know, he was screaming, and
Okay, this is a children's show.
Yeah,
Okay,
our-
so we're gonna, yeah.
our dog had tackled the goat and was ready to do the deal.
So, Louis, Louis, do you want to talk a little bit about just like, I don't know, like how your channel's doing, how you started, like,
Sure. Well, I just want to say happy anniversary to you two guys.
Thank you.
And much love. And to everybody, of course, on this, right, who's on the screen right now, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I saw, back in the day, I always wanted to kind of start a track channel and talk to some people, and it's doing pretty well.
I
But
see
the
that.
man the people I gotta thank are right there, Mitch and Adrian. I heard Mitch on 23 lockdown 23 and 1.
Death I bring.
Yeah, I was listening quite a bit, and I heard Mitch, and I swear to God, and I've said this all the time, I was 1,000% mesmerized. And I said, if I ever start a channel, I gotta reach out to this guy and hear his story. And it just sounded so amazing. And not only did it turn out to be one of the best, became friends. We've done some business together. I think I did, Addie, I think I did your one of your first interviews.
You did my first one.
Which is
You
really
did.
cool. And
Yeah.
then I wrote a song for
Beautiful song, by the way.
Yeah.
Nicole.
Lovely
Thank
song.
you, Big Max.
Yeah.
And it's just been it's been really great for the last couple of years. Now, one of the best things I've always said this, and these guys know, I interviewed Jen. Whack, I still F with Whack. We talk all the time. One day we're gonna do it, but we still talk. But the guy here, man, this guy over here wearing the Lakers hat.
That's right.
Through you guys, this guy and me are so tight. It's crazy.
I know. I love it.
And
love
it's just so amazing how the internet, has become a like glue. It's been a bond, and I'm grateful. That's all I can say. I'm grateful.
Most
That's
definitely.
right.
Thanks, Louis. That's really sweet.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It is.
Really is crazy.
Okay, Jen, you're up next.
Jen
Mhm.
Punch.
See, well, I don't, this can go deep, but pretty much, I feel like you guys came at a time where not only was like a global pandemic going on, but my own personal life was bad. And I really needed someone to connect with. And you guys really were like my sanity. Those Wednesday nights, I so looked forward to and craved that connection with Adrian and Mitch and all of you guys here, the chat, just to feel a sense of, like connected to the world. I was still, grieving my own situation and not feeling good. There were some very dark times, and those Wednesdays got me through and gave me something to look forward to every time. I kind of feel like we're all, in a way, like we were birthed from hard times,
It's true. It's really true.
Yeah.
I mean, would we have met otherwise?
No.
Who
No.
knows, right?
Hell no.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
So I
I
celebrate you guys,
Hey, Mick, what's up, Big Mick?
What's up, Mick?
more.
What's up, brother?
What's up, OG?
Happy 3-year anniversary. Thank you, bro.
That's right.
Thank you, Jen. That's so sweet, honey. And
That's
Jen
right,
and I
Jen.
talk all the time, and she is a sweetheart, and I just feel very connected to her, and she is definitely my sister. So like, I appreciate you. And Jen came on and I interviewed her on our channel. I think it's the only one I've ever done. And she has an amazing, incredible story. So thanks,
Great
Jen.
channel. Great
Love you.
channel, Punch. Great
Yeah,
channel.
so with Mick coming on, he said, "What's up, Whack?" You know, Mick is from San Diego, and he was in prison around in the 80s when I was in prison. I remember hearing about him. He went through some experiences California prisons back then were real small, and he was in Folsom. I was in Quinn at the time, and some things happened. He ended up doing his time, finishing his time in Tracy, but I had been hearing about him, and then I heard about him from the streets. My homeboy had a tattoo shop in Ocean Beach, and Mick used to hang out there and help run the shop, and then one day I get this phone call. I'm out working. You guys know I had the homeless camp cleanup stuff and all that, and I get this phone call, and it goes, "Hey."
Mhm.
Right. And goes, "Hey, this is Mick Rush," and I'm like, "This is Mick," and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" So we developed. He goes, "I've known about you forever," and I'm like, "We known about each other forever, but we never had a chance to meet because I was in prison." And so that happened due to my channel too. He saw my channel and got my hookup and gave me a call. We've been, pretty tight ever since. So.
Hi, JB Weld. He's on too. Hi,
What's up, JB
hi,
Wells?
Joey Frakes. What's going on?
JB Wells with us for
JB was an OG.
Yeah. So my thing with the social media, YouTube, I guess, is considered social media. It's you make connections on the internet or on the keyboard, all that, but really, I really believe you should make connections in real life. It should
Yep.
lead to that. And so I got to get to know and meet my homeboy Mick, through social media, through YouTube. So, and several other people, but you guys see chimes in Wednesday nights and Saturday nights, and it's super cool,
Sean's on. Sean Blue said, "What's up, Mitch?
What's
A lot
up,
of people
Sean
on
Blue?
tonight. Blue Jays
Sean
in the
Blue.
house." Okay, Big Max, you're up.
Daniel
My
Chambers.
turn. All right.
Period.
I fell in love with Mitch, ironically, on Valentine's Day. It was February 14th to 20. I got kicked over. It was a Friday. I know it was Valentine's Day because we were going to go to dinner with my sister Pat and Steve, the one that gave you for your birthday. We are going to go to dinner with them. So at my lunch hour, I got kicked over to your channel. So from then on, I started watching it. And you guys already know, man, when we hit 1,000 subs, I said, we're deep. Look at us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're almost at 25, which is, still blows my mind. And
Yeah.
well, somebody said to Mitch a couple weeks ago, and they were like, "Well, it's probably because, you guys do well, probably because, like your subs think that you're a certain way or whatever, and that your connection's just for the screen." And I was like, that's not really true. I mean, I was
Dude,
like,
I've been around you real
met
quick. I'm
and
sorry
we-
to cut you off, Adrian. I'm sorry to cut you off. I've been around you guys a bunch, and you guys are exactly the way you guys are on
no,
here.
No.
Then
The point of what he was saying is like, we don't talk, like we haven't met any, like a lot of our subs have turned into our friends. I mean, so that
Yeah.
we see, Whack in his chest. We've met Whack in person. We've met Big Max. Jen and I, we're going to do it this year. It's going to happen. And Louis lives in New York, so it's going to happen at some point.
And look at John Hall and Jason Minnick.
Speaking of, there's two people I want to say big shout out to. They're on right now. John McHugh has been with us for a really long time.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to Kristen Retro. Like he is a huge supporter.
What's up, Chris?
And
Chris
super cool. And then there's Whack.
Yup.
Period.
LVC.
That's right.
Hey, let me do this, right?
Hold on, honey. You're echoing a little bit.
Am I okay? Because I don't have no. Damn. All right, let me see. Hold on.
Okay, you're okay now. It looks okay now.
All right. So, everybody knows what I've been through the last couple of years. I don't hide it from nobody. But they don't know what goes on behind the scenes, like how many times I've called Mitch or even Adrian at the beginning. I didn't know what to do, and you know what I mean? And Big Max has sent me messages, Louis Max, you know what I mean? Me and Jen have even talked, you know what I mean? And I don't think I would have there was a time where I was just like, you know what, man, fuck this shit. Like you know what I mean? I'm good. Like I felt like my whole life I had been struggling. And you know what I mean? Like if it wasn't for the good people around me, and that's a lot of that has to do with you guys, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know what I mean? And I made this comment, and I thought of it earlier after me and you got off the phone, Adrian. Was I remember the time my homeboy was at my house, and my homeboy's been in, you know, we've been friends since we were in junior high, and so he knew my dad very well. So he happened to be at the house one day when I was on the phone with Mitch, and I had Mitch. My phone was connected to my Bluetooth in my truck, and he heard my dad. He was like going to his car to get something, and when he came back, he was like, "Bro," he was like, "You got a recording of your dad?" I was like, "No, that's the homie Big." He sounds just like dad. And like when he said that, I was like, it hit home, like he really fucking does. And so, you know, I don't mention it to Mitch all the time because, you know, we're supposed to be these big old gangsters. But, you know, there is times when I feel down and I'm like, man, I'm going to call Mitch. In some way, I feel like my dad speaks through him sometimes. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
And honor, you know what I mean? Like I love Mitch, like, you know, I love Mitch like I love my sister, my real sisters. You too, Adrian, you know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all, and I think that you guys are doing good things, and you might not be a channel that gets to 1 million subscribers in a month, but then falls
We're okay with that.
right? But you guys,
1,000,000%.
you guys don't need that though. You guys got what you need right here, and God's going to continue to provide the blessings that He's bestowed upon you guys, and you guys are well deserving of that.
You're sweet. That's
Yes,
cool.
sir.
Thank you.
That means a lot, really.
It does. It really does. And one of the things I used to laugh, I used to tell Jen this all the time. And I'm not understating this. Wack and Mitch at the very beginning would spend hours on the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, hours. I mean, and it
Yeah.
was so funny because Mitch would go to the grocery store and he would talk to Wack on the phone and he'd be like, I'm in the grocery store. Like, what should I get? Should I get this or that or whatever? So they definitely built a strong bond. And it was kind of amazing. I would talk to Jen on the phone. She'd be like, what's Mitch? And I'd be like talking to Wack.
One time I was in Winco and Wack goes, man, you should do a video about what it's like to go shopping.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Zach. How are you? Thanks to all our.
You know, I used to chat with Mick a lot too. Mick and Wack, I used to chat like for hours, you know.
DC Irish is another one who's been with us.
DC Irish,
for a long
OG,
time.
another OG.
He's on right
Right.
now. Hi,
Yeah.
DC.
What's up,
How's it
DC?
going?
Yeah.
That's
We
awesome.
can't post the comments, but Mick said you got a badass Volkswagen.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I got some videos coming out, man. I got one in the can. Chet ain't done mixing it yet, but it's coming soon, man. I promise. Oh, check out my channel, Mitch. Put my channel out there for me, brother.
You put it out. Go ahead. You're live.
It's just Big Max. It's on YouTube, Big Max. I got some videos.
Okay,
on
but
there, you know.
listen, George, you got to give more information than that because there's like 15 Big Maxes on
Damn.
YouTube.
Is
So
there?
yes, I looked today. There's a lot. So I will
Wow.
put up everybody's stuff on. I will put up everybody's links on
Okay.
our channel when we're done
There you
doing
go.
this. I'll put it
Okay.
on the bio.
B.I.
So
double G.
Hey, but you know
yeah,
what? Hey, Louis, real quick. It's all an homage to Mitch, man. Believe me, people have gotten clean on this channel. People have gotten off drugs, off drinking. I restored Herbie, man. He was sitting since 1997 with no tags.
Wow.
I started watching Mitch.
Really?
I know.
Yeah, man. The
That's
last time that
amazing.
dude ran
Wow.
was in 97.
Love
And I
Herbie.
started
Herbie's
watching
fire,
your
man.
videos.
Shanka, do you want to come on?
You
No,
know,
since you
Tachanka?
mentioned that, I want to say, the other day I got this, message on Instagram and I read it and this guy said, hey, the bottom line, it was a pretty long text. And the guy said, he got hooked on drugs, grew up with, abusive dad, all that kind of stuff, similar background that I had. And, he said that, got hooked on dope and, you know, he's a drug addict, all that stuff. And then he said, watching my channel, said it made him realize what a piece of shit he was. And I want to say right there, you know, he wasn't a piece of shit. Nobody's a real piece. Very few people are pieces of shit, but he said it made him realize, you know, that. And then he said, bottom line, that it gave him the inspiration to get his shit together. He went out and got a job. He's working at an airport, fueling up airplanes, and he's going to use his insurance to go out to rehab and clean up. So,
right.
you know, pills led to other things, you know, like, but you know, it was a pretty long text, man, and it really, you know, brought a tear to my eye. I thought, man, that was just a pretty badass story, period. Even if I wasn't involved in that in any way, it was a good story. But you know, I get messages like that periodically, and you know, then we had Eric on here, who's a veteran. You know, I painted a portrait of his dog that passed away, and yeah, I never set out to be any kind of inspiration or anything. I just wanted to come on here and tell my story, people be interested and all that. And I just met so many people through this channel. You guys, you know, and are some of the main ones we maintain contact with. But if you meet people through this channel, it just blows my mind, you know.
Tashanka said he would come on, but he's having a bad hair day.
Mm.
Um,
It happens.
and let me reshare the story of when I first met you guys in person. So I had to hurry up and get to San Diego to take care of some business with my oldest daughter. And
Right.
so I had met a good friend. He's like a brother now to me, Lance, off of Mitch's channel. And so he had been up to the Thanksgiving before that. He had flew up and spent the Thanksgiving weekend at my house and all that. This is when everything was still intact. And so we hit it off. And anyways, so right after I get off the phone with the people I did in San Diego dealing with my daughter, he calls me and he was like, "What's up, bro?" And I'm like, "Man, I gotta hurry up and pack up. I gotta be down to San Diego by tomorrow afternoon at 5 to pick up my daughter." And he was like, "Oh, fuck." He was like, "Bro, I'm going to pay for an airplane." I said, "Bro, I'm not getting on no fucking airplane." And he was like, "All right." He said, "Hey, I'm going to call you in 2 hours, bro. Answer your phone." I'm not thinking nothing of it. And like 2.5 hours later, he calls me and he's like, "Hey, bro, where you at?" And I was like, "I'm about to leave the house." And he was like, "Well, hurry up." And he was like, "Come pick me up." I'm like, "Come pick you up?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm at SeaTac. I'm at the airport." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm going to take the drive with you." Keep in mind that Lance left Orange County, jumped on a flight that morning, just to drive back down to San Diego. And that's how I met, that's when we met Big Mitch. And Mitch had a good ass breakfast for us at that.
He did. It
Right.
was
Yeah,
good.
always.
So Eric just texted us.
No,
Well,
he didn't.
he
He's
messaged on the channel. He's been clean for 22 days now.
120
For
days.
22 days. So,
Congratulations, man.
I know.
he's a veteran, and he, you know,
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Eric. That's awesome.
yeah,
Good for you.
veterans mean a lot to us, and Eric, that's awesome, brother. You know?
Dub's on too. He's under my guys come up because they YouTube, you know, did what they did to his other channel.
Hey, Mitch. Mitch,
Yeah,
where's that green A's hat? Asking for a homie.
it's over there.
All right.
We're not
I
gonna
got,
talk.
I got a few. I got a green one. I got the brown and white striped one. It's
The
like my
original green
word
one,
cat.
right?
You
You're
know,
talking about the original green one he wears, right?
That's
The old
horrible.
one. Yeah.
That's horrible.
oh, come on now.
Be nice, Wag. Be nice, homie.
Horrible.
They have won some World Series, you know,
So
Hey,
how's everybody feeling about tomorrow?
unlike the Padres.
we'll win it. So ask Big Max. We're stacked.
You guys are stacked, but hey, you already know best team doesn't always win, man.
All right,
Well, I don't like Kansas City because I used to watch the Raiders, you know, but
Oh,
You're a
so
Raider, Mitch.
there's someone else on here that I want to give a really big shout out to too, and that's our brother Will.
yeah.
Like
Will.
Will is the shit. He's the real deal. He is.
Well-
I can't even explain how he's gone above and beyond. He doesn't like a lot of whatever, so I'm not gonna embarrass him. I'm just gonna let him know. He already knows that we love him so much, and he will go to the ends for his friends, and he is
Man.
just an amazing individual. So
And he's a
I
Raider.
love you, Will.
Will, you're like family to us, brother, straight up. And Wax met Will. He'll tell you he's
Man,
Don, he makes the little emojis and stuff, but I mean
He's on right now.
yeah,
That's what I see, yeah.
he's a genuine article.
He's a Heart Intentions member, and he uses the
Oh.
emojis.
Right.
We took
Well,
Will
I will
Wax
say,
over.
Go ahead.
me and Will connect on a whole different level too. You know what I mean? And so
Yep.
we can really relate to each other. We were brought up, you know what I mean? And that's another brother that I met, and I love him, you know what I mean? And I really feel like you were made to do this, Mitch. Like you got out of prison to reunite with your wife, but also for you guys to make this channel, this platform to do what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? And that's why, the blessings that you guys have gotten is nothing, because this is just the beginning, bro. And you guys deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Well
right.
deserved. That's it. Well, definitely, bro. For sure.
That's you.
Bowser's farting. She's blaming it on me. And, like with Jen, like with Jen, Adrian goes, hey, we got this message, and she told us about Jen, and I was like, well, wow, and so I just thought it would be best if Adrian interviewed her, and talked with her. And
Well, to be honest with you, she didn't ask for Mitch. She asked for me.
I know, but
Great interview, by the way.
but I mean, and
Sure.
Love you, Jen.
she has a
Great
pretty deep story, and she's a survivor, and I'm, and then Adrian helped encourage her to get her channel going, and she's got it going on, and and she's got a message out there people need to hear too. So, and my thing is, like, we don't get a lot of trolls. We used to, me and Whack, and we used to come on and clown shit, like we would clown Savage, got himself killed guy and all that, and then we'd do some clowning and shit, and we'd have a few trolls, but
Mhm.
overall, we don't have a lot of bullshit on our channel. Most of the people that watch our channel are pretty solid, I think. I think we get some really solid people,
Tashanka's right. He says, don't mistake Jen's kindness for weakness, because she's a strong girl. That girl.
Gangsta.
She is. She's our little
Punch.
gangster.
Punch is tough. Punch is tough.
That's right.
Yeah.
I always tell you Jen Punch.
Hey,
Hey, Louis, like out there in New York, what, like, don't you do like some kind of basketball stuff with kids? You still doing stuff like that?
Right. I haven't done that in a couple of years, but yeah, I coached high school. I coached community college, and actually I coached a lot of leagues back in the day. But then I moved up. At one point, I really wanted to be, involved in it. But I went as far as community college.
Louis is a
And,
musician.
but
too,
I'm still
so-
trying to get the music rocking.
Louis and I used to talk for a long time, like at the beginning, and I would always try to convince him to make sure that he went down that music lane, because he's
Yeah.
really good at it. And
it worked.
yeah, I love it. Like, I love your stuff. Like, and you have such a nice range of topics. I dig it. It's super cool.
I appreciate that.
So what are you doing now, Louis? You doing music, or what do you got going on?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of music. I'm actually doing some stuff called sound poetry. I'm trying to lay down some some poetry with some background music, and I have a couple of instrumentals. I have an instrumental dropping next week, and just doing all sorts of different genres. Haven't done that many interviews lately because I'm concentrating a little more on the music. And to be honest, with the interviews, you guys probably know, it's hard to get people. You reach out to people, no, people don't respond. I'm surprised, a lot of people, because it's good exposure, but some people, they don't want to come on, and a lot of times there's a lot of preparation for sometimes, nothing. So
Yeah.
I always looking for somebody, like I know Whack and I have been talking about it. We're going to do it one day for sure.
Oh.
We've both been crazy busy, right, Whack? Right,
Yeah.
Stunner?
Hey,
we're
we
gonna
got
It's
catch up.
true.
Yeah.
Jen and I try to all the time too, and it's like, I don't think, it's a lot, like, it's a production, basically. I mean, it
Yeah,
takes,
it really
it's
is.
it looks so easy. I mean, I was like, oh, no problem, we could do this. Do you know what I mean? And it's a lot of work. Hey, boss lady of Mitch, have that dude, okay, we got a special request for you, Louis.
Uh-oh.
For me?
Nick wants you to say, forget about it.
Ah, forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah.
Hey,
Representing, that's
Forget
Queens, New York.
about
That's Queens, where we have real pizza, not like that California crap.
Wow. that
hey,
sounds
hey,
great.
hey, Louis, I told you I'm coming out there just to eat pizza with you, brother.
That's right, my brother. When you get that truck going, I told you that. That still stands. That definitely still stands. Everybody, for sure.
Louis, we got stuff in Cali that you'll never have in New York, brother. You know what I'm talking about.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's true.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
we got
no
Mexican
doubt.
food out here in Arizona, bro.
Oh, I know it's true.
Oh yeah,
That's,
but they
that-
got
that
some
is
nice
true.
restaurants here in Ventura.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Port Hueneme,
There's good food all over it. I know that. We
Yeah.
just bust chops all the time.
Now, out there in New York, the pizza I heard it's just like tomato sauce, a little bit of cheese,
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Wayne,
yeah.
honey
That
cat.
true? Huh?
No, not true. Not true. Not true. It's all about the water. You know that, Mitch. One day, baby. One day.
I can say one thing, if it's okay.
Forget about it.
Please do.
Okay. By the way, Louis, I'm gonna clip that, forget about it, and use that in my intro.
That's the call. Anytime. Anytime.
I love
you know
it.
that.
But I'm just saying this like right here on this channel, something that I have always admired and will continue to admire is everything you see here is real life, real people. You're not going to find hard intentions, Mitch and Adrian slipping up on their stories or what anything. No, this is real life. And that's what sets this channel apart from so many others. And I remember Adrian telling me at some point, just always be you, be authentic. And that's one thing that sticks with me. And of course, like for myself, I have to be. You know how easy it would be to, excuse me, but how easy it would be to sell out and be at however many subscribers. And, there's a lot of ways people can do that. But I wouldn't feel right, for one, because it's not in me. For two, because I feel like I've had the schooling of the Hard Intentions, foundation.
That's right.
Oh, that's sweet, Jen.
My turn, real quick, my turn.
Yeah.
Mitch, we
Thank
hung
you.
out a bunch of times,
Thank you
bro.
so much, Jen. That's so sweet of you. Thank
It
you.
was sweet.
bro?
You're sweet as candy. Mitch, we've hung out a bunch of times, bro. You're the same mother, father you are on here, man. You always keep it real. Always, bro.
Well, I
That's right.
try, I mean, I don't, yeah, I lived in, I'm not slamming on guys in prison, but, I said before, you live on a yard with 1,000 dudes, or in the old days, it'd be 4,000 or 5,000, and 90% of them are dope fiends with some fake ass program going on, and and I've seen a lot of them guys on the street since I've been out, and just to see, they're, I always just had to try to keep it real, and because I don't like fake shit, I don't like fake ass people, and she's seen it. Like we'll meet somebody. She had a friend. It's a long story. She was riding some guy in prison. The guy got out, and so we're at the motorcycle swap meet. They came to see us, and I had a friend of mine with us, Doug. They showed up. Hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. And within 3 minutes, I go, hey Doug, let's go look at some motorcycle parts. Beam. Within 3 minutes, I could tell this dude was just as fake as the day is long. And so,
He literally just left me there with her. He was like,
he's
out.
but she's made comments like, how did you know, that guy was that, you said that guy was no good from the get-go. And because you learn how to do that in prison, because sometimes your life could depend on it. And,
Yep.
and so I never I always wanted to just be myself and be, don't, if you blow yourself up more than you really are, I mean, sooner or later it's going to be exposed. People see it. So I'd rather have people like me for me, excuse me, and not for what I'm pretending to be. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I just.
Speaking of family, John Hall's on. John Hall was just
Yeah.
here last weekend. So
What's up, John Hall?
that's it. Yeah. So
And John Hall got clean on our channel on Wednesday night.
yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
now
gotta say something also. I just wanted to interject for that to just piggyback on what you were saying, Mitch.
yeah.
You know, it's interesting about the channel, the way the channel has evolved from the beginning. And not only a lot of channels, they start off a certain way and then they change because they're trying to find their, so-called whatever niche, something like
Mm.
The
that.
groove.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're groove. They're groove. Now,
Excuse me.
your groove, this is what I say. This is what's so great about your channel and just why it's real. Because your groove was the same from the beginning. And it just, it got better and better and better. Forget the technical shit because, the technical shit in the beginning was like, it didn't even matter. I swear to God, Mitch, it didn't matter if you could only hear you a little bit. You still had my ear was like this. I didn't care. And then obviously it got better and better, but it still stayed the same. And that's why it's real. That's the reason, one of the reasons it's real, because you never veered. You just said, this is what I'm going to do. And then I used to love you in the beginning, the intro with the original music, even before you had the, the green screen with the wings, the hard intentional wings. It was just so good when you just sit there, you came on in the beginning and you weren't even sure if you were on,
Yeah.
right? You weren't even sure if you were on, and it did not matter
Authentic.
to that's the word. 100%.
Real mother father, that's for sure.
Totally. 1000%.
And Adrian, that you guys are, well, you guys are the only person that Snow Rock has did an interview for. And that's how much Snow Rock respects you, Mitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
No,
I mean,
get a
just
lot
like,
of comments about him. You know, but,
We still do.
I mean, just me, people hit me up all the time. Like, hey, can you come do it? No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. And then, so I can only imagine Snow Rock, you know what I mean? And like, so it's like I said, it's just a test. Like, within the first 3 minutes, when you're dealing with a real one, or you're dealing with some fucking sleazeball. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
Well,
what's funny, Wack, that the highest rated videos on our channel is yours and Snow Rock's.
Yeah.
And of course, Mitch's response to Mike
Hey,
Thompson.
hey, not in my words, but I'll say it in the words of Snow Rock. Hey, it ain't easy to be a crib, especially being a white boy, but somebody.
Well, I was on the yard with him and Donovan for a while and for a few years. And
yeah,
I didn't, I didn't have.
My phone's dying.
Her
I'll go get my
phone's dying.
charger. I'll be right back, guys.
But I didn't really have any reason to interact with him. I mean, I'd see him on the yard. Hey, what's up? And then one day, he goes, hey, you're the plumber. I go, yeah. And so as far as plumbing, shout out to my boss, Lola. She trained me, taught me everything. That's another story. But, he goes, hey, you're the plumber. I go, yeah. He goes, you fix my water. I told the story. I go, yeah, sure. I'll fix your water. I went to his cell, dude. And then, like in prison, the water comes out like this, and there's a flow restrictor in there. The dude's water just barely trickled out, the hot and the cold. I was like, fuck, to give him all brand new shit, and he see me, he goes, hey man, you fixed my shit. And I go, yeah, and he, what do you want? And I go, I don't want nothing, it's my fucking job, And I went and told some guys, hey, if you don't like that fucking guy, why don't you go stab him?
Yeah.
Don't make him fucking go without water, That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was always pretty straight with me. I remember there was some white dudes on the yard. They were into that. They're the guys that started the white powder homes, the white power guys. They're out there shooting dope, buying dope from blacks and everybody. But I remember them one time they said, oh shit, man, Snow Rock got the best dope on the yard. best weed on the yard, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah, Snow Rock was solid. You know, I stayed, and you know, he knew, you know, that all them guys, you know, they didn't like him on the yard or whatever, but I'd stand behind him in the chow line. He never back looked nothing. He wasn't afraid of shit, you know?
What'd you say, Mitch? You had an open door policy, right? They can
Yeah,
come in
yeah, he did.
anytime.
He did. He said he would fight anybody, anytime, anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
he
a
did. And that's, you know, he was a pretty tough guy, but I mean, it takes a lot of balls to be what he was, where he was, and when he was, you know. So I had a lot of respect for him. I kind of liked him. He's cool. You know, I'm glad he's out and he's got his, he's changed his program up. He's
yeah.
straighten up and fly right. You know, he got his life together out here in the world and he's enjoying freedom now. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Real recognize, you know.
yeah, yeah. You know, I gotta say, like, we went down to see Big Mex, you know, the first time. And I was like, man, this is a trip, you know, like, I mean, you don't know what you're gonna encounter when you meet people, you know, for the first time. And but I'm always open to meet people and but here we are. I'm like, man, we're in the other end of the state, you know, and we're at home.
Had a blast though, Mitch.
Like,
Mitch, did we have a blast though? Yes or no?
yeah, we did, man. And you know, and I just Big Mex is everything he is. I mean, he's just a straight up real dude,
Thank
you
you,
know.
brother.
Man, we had a great time.
Neptune's
Uh,
Nest, right? Neptune's
Now we have a
Great
great
time.
friendship, you know.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah. If it wasn't for Adrian,
I'm trying to go on, okay, here. See this, do you see this, Jen? I just tried to grab his phone.
yeah, I'm just opening it up for you. She's spying on me.
Adrian, Jen Magana.
Jim Magana.
Remember that
We
one?
love our Jen. Oh, yeah. I didn't know if do you remember that, Jen? Do you remember when he would go on, Ashley, off the scenes, when we went to go see him, he was like, you're not saying her name right. And I was like,
I remember that. I remember that.
you remember that? I was like, dude, like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, when you came back and you're like, why didn't you tell me? Like, Big Max put me up on game. I wasn't.
Magana.
I'm like,
Okay, George, we get it.
Hey, but it's pho or faux?
But
Okay. I thought it was faux.
It's pho.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Poe, you talking about soup? Yeah, Poe.
Pho.
uh,
Pho. I used to call it pho too, so.
Yeah.
I like this side.
hey, where's Slick at? Slick needs to be on here too.
Slick Ruler, he's another one now.
What's up, Slick?
Before I
Okay.
started the channel, you know, I did a little shout out to Jesse James, and he reposted my message. You know, got just blasted my thing on his page. And Slick,
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. That's super nice. Thank you.
awesome, Slick Ruler. You know, he bought a bunch of stuff from us, started messaging us, and he's been with us, you know, on YouTube since we started. And we actually got to meet him. So John Hall got clean on our channel, and we also have Chuck 69. Oh, was it Chuck 67? Big Chuck. It's out from Salinas area, actually, by Jen's neck of the woods. And you know, we all rode together, you know, on the Hard Intentions ride with Jason Menifee and Con.
Jason.
And yeah, we rode up to Oregon and stuff, but we stopped in Redding and we met Slick. We had lunch with Slick. We spent a couple hours hanging out with Slick, you know.
Okay, so I have to read these names off because I'm old. So
Yeah.
I just want to send a big shout out to the following people. And if I skip anybody, it's not intentional. It's just names I was thinking of. So big shout out to Izzy. I don't know, she watches us once in a
Yeah,
while.
Izzy.
Now Izzy was a huge supporter of us, and she really helped us a lot with our content, and she's amazing. And Lexi, who still
Man.
watches every once in a
Lex.
while, and we
Most.
still talk every once in a while. She's awesome. Tashunka, Big Mex, Jen, Louie, Whack, Josh from Death I Break.
Yeah,
Jesse James,
yeah.
Carl and Daryl,
Oh, yeah.
Chris and Retro,
Yeah, Chris and Retro.
Debbie, can't forget Debbie,
Yep, Debbie.
Stila Barber, Ben Davis,
Bruce.
Dan Mack, John Hall, and Oak Poacher.
Yeah.
Those are
Turkey
just the ones that
Loco,
give
the
us time.
legend. Turkey Loco. The
Oh,
Yeah,
legend.
big
Turkey
Turkey
Well,
Loco,
that's
that's
Loco,
right.
yeah,
Turkey
these are-
Loco.
yeah.
Yeah, Dan Mack was
Yeah.
a Patreon guy with us when we first started for a while.
Right,
He's
Turkey
super
Loco.
cool guy.
John Hall,
Yeah, John Hall, man.
John McHugh,
Yep.
yeah.
Big.
What
Yeah.
happened to Clifford? That guy with the big brocha that was going to be a lawyer. Adrian, what happened to that dude?
I don't know, big,
We
I
haven't heard from him in a
didn't
while.
hear from him. Oh, yeah, that was when we had the whole, do you remember when we had that escapade with what's her face? What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, Blue Bunny or whatever.
What was her name, Jen? Do you remember?
Bluebell. Bluebell.
Blue Bell, that's right, yeah.
She
She
got
said she was
mad.
from the 805. Sorry, Mitch. Sorry, Mitch. She said she
Yeah.
was from the 805, but she didn't know Eslo from Ventura
Yeah.
County from.
Yeah, that
Well,
was the tip of the iceberg. She had a
The
way
thing
bigger issue
is,
than
her old man spent his almost his entire career in prison at CMC. That's the only
Ugh.
thing she knew about 805 and this Bispo, you know. But I didn't know who her old man was, but when I found out, I had met him. He was
Lake Water,
Canal.
yeah,
Akira.
and Lakira.
And so her old man was in the long-term offender program when I was there. And you know, one day he's standing. I didn't really like the guy. He was a little older than me and always whining about shit, you know. And so one day he's like, yeah, it doesn't matter, you know, the fucking governor and this and that, and they're not letting nobody out. And I say, hey, check this out, motherfucker. I don't want to hear that whining shit. You know, I go, I'm taking this program because they are letting people out. I go, unless you're a fucking turd with a fucking rape or child killing or some bullshit case like that, you have a good chance of getting out of prison if you do this program. The
Yeah.
guy just shut up. I go, so I don't want to hear that whining fucking bullshit anymore. Because when they weren't letting nobody out, Wack was in prison when lifers weren't getting out. I was a big guy going, hey, I remember being in San Quentin and guys were in line going to college. And I go, oh, look at all you guys. You're going to get a San Quentin education. You're dying here just like me, motherfucker. So, you know,
Yeah.
I was big on that. But when things changed, I didn't want to hear that shit, you know? And so
Right.
that dude turns out was Bluebell's
Oh,
husband. And
Yeah, I
he had a pretty sick ass case. Turns out he fit into that category that I mentioned. You know, he tried to rape and kill a couple young girls and
I did a deep dive and found all this stuff out. And so, yeah. And so that was the drama. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing one of those, like, you know,
Reunion show. The reunion show.
no, like,
Right? Where they're
yeah,
all
so her old man went to San Quentin, and I remember every time that guy was up for transfer, he would always get off the bus, and it was just a very hard thing to do. And so evidently he got sent to San Quentin eventually. He got COVID and he died. So good riddance, you know. Yeah.
so anyways, it was really interesting. That was like one of the most, it was interesting because I said something and then she said something, and that's the first time I'd ever had that happen on a live. And I was just like, oh, I mean, and she was like saying, like, you know, people should get second chances, and like, you know, you had a second chance. Anyways, I did a deep dive, and then that kind of stuff came to fruition,
And she stopped coming on all of a sudden after that.
and she changed her channel name after
Real
that.
quick.
Remember that, Jen?
But she would go on other guys' channels still, you know.
and let's keep in mind too that your guys' channel, this Hard Intentions channel, was one of the first quote unquote prison genre channels. That most of them channels that were around at that time, they're gone now. Savage died. I'm not gonna say too much about that. It is what it is.
Yeah, you know.
But JD, who knows where he what's the woods name from Southern California, Mitch? The skinhead, older cat, Badger.
Oh, Badger, I don't know. Was
Yeah,
he,
he's okay. He's
he's
doing,
all right.
yeah.
I don't think he's doing YouTube anymore, but he's
Like they're not the channels aren't around. You know what I mean? So basically, it
Yeah.
was it was Josh. Shout out to Josh.
JB Bro,
Yeah.
thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much,
and
sweetie.
Wes Squatson, he's out doing workout stuff and whatever. But
Well, hey, let's give a shout out to Mike Thompson for all the good laughs we've gotten. Fuck,
yeah,
man. He's a lame.
yeah, he started his own channel, and I haven't seen much of it.
That was,
since.
he started, like, did an intro and that was it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna say something too, which I think was really interesting, like you were just talking about whack. It was really interesting to watch. Mitch didn't have a lot of trolls in the beginning, but he had a couple people that went in on him. Savage was one of them. And then
Called me hard midsection.
yeah, hard midsection. and then and then JD had a few nice words too for and then but I think what's interesting is to watch, Mitch never wanted to be a sensationalized like drama YouTube channel, and his channel to me has taken a lot of different directions. We talked about sobriety, we've talked about people,
Politics.
we've talked about religion, Jimmy, and so
being woke and all that shit.
I think that, the good thing is that you always have to keep it moving, right? And you can't just stay stagnant in one lane. And I always wonder still to this day how people can just keep up the same, like, Mitch was like, I just don't want to do content to do it. If he doesn't have anything, he doesn't do a video. He just
Brutal,
does it. I mean,
yeah, you're right. To interject, you're right. That's what I was saying before. Like those channels are sensationalism,
for sure.
A lot of them. And I don't know how, you're right. I don't know how they do it. I mean, there's one or two that that really have blown up because the personality has taken it. And there's always going to be that top small percent.
For sure.
But you're right. That's what I was saying before. You guys have stayed that steady, diet of real stuff. You're not reacting. You're not, talking about all the other you're not getting into the drama. The drama is BS. Maybe a couple, and that's it's a big part now. I watch other channels all out of the, try to follow the culture. And the culture is like everybody's doing the same thing. It's almost boring.
It is, because I don't even watch that stuff. I don't know about you, Jen, but I don't even
Didn't I say to you the last time we spoke is I'm bored with what I keep seeing.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not inspired by it. So
right.
Until I'm inspired by something, I'm just not gonna put something out.
Yeah.
That's why my channel has never taken off, because I know what people want. People want to hear what it was like going in there, the war stories, this and that, right? And like I've told before, and I've mentioned it on my channel, is like I get physically and emotionally tired after telling a war story, because I lived that already, and I don't want to. I hate rehashing it. I don't like talking about prison. I don't like talking about me having to go through what I went through. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather, let's talk about what I can do to better my kids. Like, tell me how I can create a 401k so I can put money to the side for my kids, or, what I mean? And I'm not with the sensationalism. I'm not going to sit up here and talk about these other dudes like that. No, I'm good. Like, you're not, I'm good. You know what I mean? And that's why Mitch, that's why your guys' channel, Adrian, has stayed the course that it's on, and people, because they see that it's real and it's not, you're not just grabbing headlines out of the news or off the prison wire. You know what I'm saying? Well, this dude got stabbed. And I mean, you could be speaking on something that's really going to affect 100 different people. You know what I mean? Some shit is not to be spoke. There's shit Mitch won't speak on. And that's just keeping it real. You know what I mean? That's not being hard.
Right on.
Not being
Michael Rush just said, big Smiley and whack. I seen that fool in a Lamborghini in downtown. Remember, I told you that much. I seen that back in the day. He would have got that taken from him, but now
Man,
he's on you.
Yeah, now, so Mick's he saw Wes Squats in downtown in a Lamborghini. You know, so what he does is he charges, you know, the Dub, the come up guy, he's like, hey, the guy charges like $2,000 a year to be in his workout program and, you know, whatever. And he also charges people like so much an hour for life coaching. And, you know, I've had people call me and like, I had a guy call me, said he's been out on bail for a couple of years on a case where somebody died and he was getting ready to go to court and he's probably going to go to prison. He's like, dude, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not this and that. And I don't know. I talked this guy for damn near 3 hours. And at the end of the phone conversation, he was like, hey, thank you. At least I have a little bit of an idea what I'm going to be facing and how to act and this and that. And so, you know.
Hey, Mitch, you didn't charge him 1 penny, did you? You didn't charge him 1 cent.
I can't charge somebody for that, you know? I mean.
I feel like I owe
man.
Adrian a shit ton of money now because she's listened to my shit for a while.
On the real, that goes for every. Hey, Jenny, man, you like, hey, you in our conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we don't touch base a lot now, but I be so busy now. Like I'm lucky to catch Mitch's live. You know what I mean? I'll be at work and I'll have a minute of not thing, and I'll be like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Half asleep. I'm half asleep by the time you guys come
You know
back.
what I mean?
Eric,
And,
Grandpa,
lot
what
of
are you
time on
doing
our
up so
hands
late
back then.
anyways,
It
Grandpa?
I
like-
know.
it was like a
I'm
lot
struggling
of-
right. I'm struggling right now. Are you kidding me?
I was thinking about doing Monday morning coffee with Mitch.
He
you
did.
know?
He was saying, because we have so many people too that are in Canada and, you know,
Yeah, literally.
across
Shout
the
out to Kel
pond
in
in
Canada.
England. And so Mitch was like, maybe I should do like a morning one because
Oh,
everyone's
you
like,
should.
damn,
That
it's
would be
been too
great.
late.
That would be great. By the way, I wake up in the what are you talking about? I wake up in the morning and I see that I missed the whack live at 4 a.m.
No?
Right?
hey, Mitch,
Yeah.
I've got a message from somebody, bro.
Yeah.
Brody Pumpernickel still wants to interview you, bro.
Well, hook me up.
All right. I wonder if he's on here watching. I can't tell you who it is, bro, but it's Brody
All
Pumpernickel.
right. Let's fucking find him. Hey, you know, I want to say there was a guy, I won't say his name, but
Okay.
he was in Donovan with me, and then he was in Corcoran with me, and he got hooked up into a prison gang, you know, one of the white prison gangs that came after he locked up the first group of prison gang guys, the old school guys. And, you know, I remember in Corcoran, you know, this guy, one time he was drunk, he was on the yard, I go, hey, what's up, bro? And I was on the workout area, he was on the other team. He had a knife, bro. I mean, like this fuck, yeah, we're gonna kill a fucking child molester. And I was like, fuck, you know, and but he had my back 100%. And
That's right.
from Dago, from Spring Valley. I did some tattoo work on him, and he was just a fucking, you know, drugs and just he was always going a little bit of debt, and we'd always help him out because we were doing shit, you know. And but he had my back. I remember he was in the hole, and this guy, and it was a member of the same group he was in, was talking shit about me. And he goes, "Hey, how about me and you just sell up, motherfucker, and I'll handle you. That's my homeboy." And you know, but he discovered me through YouTube and got at me on Facebook. All he did was send me a photograph of his back, and I go,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, Oogie, and he goes, the Oogiest, you know, that was his nickname. And you know, he's out of prison. He's you know, he's obviously he's a Christian guy now. He's got family and a business, and you know, just so he was solid in prison. And I remember one day I told him, you know, nobody tells me what the fuck to do. I don't take orders. And he told me, well, unfortunately, I can't say that right now. But now he can. Now he's taking orders from a higher power, you know, and so.
That's right.
But the thing was, guys like that were serious about their business in prison, when they get out and they decide, hey, I'm done with that, they're usually serious about their business out here as far as on the positive, you know.
Oh, look at her.
Hey, what's up, young lady?
Hi.
Oh,
Are you
That's
tired?
right.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
That's right.
nothing. You know, whenever they say it real quick like that, nothing.
It's all bad.
Right.
But
Notice that world hasn't been over
Nothing.
here.
We're not doing anything.
yeah. Nothing.
And so Wack knows that. Wack's, you know, Wack was serious about his prison time, and now he's serious about what he's doing as a
Yeah.
father, you know, and just trying to live right, you know.
Got to do it, man. You know, like I remember times calling you, man, and like crying, bro. Like I'm not even ashamed to say it. Like, man, I was so frustrated, so hurt. You know what I mean? Like I just, you know, and I just remember you saying, like, bro, it's gonna get better. He was like, you know what I mean? And you just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You know what I mean? And
not only that, I mean, there were opportunities like when we were both, you know, like trying to figure it out and financial and this and that, and there were opportunities to you know, have some financial gain by jumping on the dark side, and
yeah,
we both figured out together, you know, that's not the shit to do.
Yeah, we're not-
That's the way to go. And I actually want to give a shout out to our homeboy Mick. You know, he even told me, hey, nah, you know, that's not, you know,
Yeah.
it's not the road to go down, you know, for various reasons, you know.
and it's crazy because you know, I've met Lakewater and Lakira. They took me to lunch when I was in Oklahoma. I went and had a fat ass steak on them. Really nice people. Shout out to them.
He just said that. He just said that he didn't know. He was like, we would have never met Whack if it was. He's on right now and said we would never met Whack if it wasn't for the channel. And I was like, I forgot about that. That you went out there and saw them for lunch and stuff.
And then every time that I've went back to California, I've stopped in with Slick. Every time I come back up this way from California, I stop at Slick's. You know what I mean? So shout out to Slick. And at the beginning, remember Mitch will remember, like me and Slick didn't really see eye to eye. You know what I mean? But now that's brother.
That's true. You have to say something. It's your unfavorite. It's the least thing you like to say, but you have to say it.
Oh shit!
Hit the like, subscribe, and share.
I knew it. I knew it.
I gotta say a shout out to something. I'm kind of watching. You're watching, Addie. I know
Yeah,
you're watching.
I am
the
watching
chat.
too,
You're
yeah.
watching the chat, right? You're watching the chat.
Yeah.
Gotta say a shout out to all the subs and all the people in the chat.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what's
Yeah.
you know what's great. Besides, what's amazing, the conversations that go
Yeah.
on between
Yeah.
the people in the chat.
It is.
The love between them is amazing.
It is.
I'm
It
watching
really
that.
is
It's like,
amazing.
I like
I love
watching
it.
that too.
I trip, like sometimes we'll get a guy like JP, he's on there, he's a military guy. These guys, they're in the military. Got a guy in Korea, and they're like, hey, what unit were you in? What fort were you at? And who was your drill instructor? And I'm like, you know, they're chatting on the
Yeah, while
live
you're
chat
talking, right? Exactly.
while we're doing a live, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool because they're making
is-
connections, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what are you
It
doing?
is really neat. It's really like I love like one of the things I really love, like when we went to go see out to go see George Big Max, when we went out to go see him, and I met his wife Rose, who's amazing. She is honestly one of the sweetest people
Shout
I've
out to
ever met in
Rosa.
my life.
Mama.
Yeah, she's amazing. Mama Rose is amazing. And his
Good
daughter
girl.
is incredible. Cheche is such an amazing individual. And it was, you know, it's funny because you just don't know, like, you know, you don't know until you know, right? So when we went out there, it was like we had hung out for like years. I mean, we went up to the cross, we went and like, you know, George said we went to dinner, and it was really nice.
We
And
had
we really,
burritos on the beach.
it was beautiful. Like it was just
Neptune's cracking.
Yeah, we
Neptune's
went to
Nest,
Neptune's Net. Yeah.
it was really cool. And you just don't like, and Jen and I, we talk usually a couple times a week. If one of us doesn't, we always hit the other one up, like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And so I told Jen, I was like, when I come out there to see you, like, I'm not just gonna do a drive-by, like, you know, we'd like.
So my my aunt and uncle live in Morgan Hill, which is close to you. So,
Yeah.
you know.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of Chuck and John Hall and the fellas, you know, we did the motorcycle ride last May. They want to do it again, and they're like on the we got a group chat from the ride, you know, and they're like, well, where are we gonna go this year? And like, we need to meet up at Big Max's, you know, and so
Come on down. You already know, Mitch.
we wanna
Come on
make
down.
Big Max is part of the next Heart Intentions ride. But the thing is, they're here and I'm here, so we got to go here and then figure out where we're gonna go from there.
Good.
You know?
You guys are gonna come to Seattle to see Big Oos and me.
That's a long
That's
way.
another person. I can't believe I forgot him.
Yeah, now
Big
Big Goose and
He's amazing.
Big
He's
Goose and Whack are going to be living close together.
Yeah.
let me say this about Big Ooch. Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't think you went live. Oh, I think I went live that night. And I was just fucking around because I was at work. And he was like, "What'd you eat? Did you already eat Thanksgiving dinner?" And I'm like, "Nah, I've been at work." And he was like, "Where you at?" And I was like, so I told him where I was at. And 30 minutes later, he called me. He brought me. He lives in Federal Way, and I work on the north side of Seattle, which is probably about 45-minute drive. And he drove all the way from his house, him and his lovely daughter, I believe it was. And they brought me 2 huge plates of Thanksgiving dinner.
Aw,
You know what I
that's
mean?
so nice.
And that's
Do
just
that. That's
the, so that's the Samoan culture, you know what I mean? And and it's the heart intention culture, you know what I mean, as well.
That's
You know,
right.
there, I was talking to the homie the other day, man. I was like, you know what? There still is good people out here. It's just sometimes you gotta look a little bit harder, you know what I mean? And there really is still good people out here, you know.
It really is. We've had some incredible people on this. Like somebody just said, it was something a little bit ago about how like there's still, there's still good people in the world, and with all this woke shit and everything that's going on. And one of the things I said to Mitch yesterday is I said, I think I'm going to give up social media for Lent. When that's going to be my
Nice. Do it.
give up. And I was like, cause you know what? I was like, I can't honestly. Okay. So I'm gonna try not to get choked up here. So Jen knows this, but, one of my really good friends,
Don't pop it open. Let me.
really, really good friends, she's actually my daughter's godmother, lost her daughter, about 2 weeks ago. She was 32 years old, had out of the blue, had a stroke and a brain bleed, and she passed. And I was like in a kind of a funk for a couple of weeks. And so when I was online, I was like, I'm looking at all this shit, and it's just like, all this doom and gloom and everything, this shit and all this satanic bullshit, and just like dark. Maybe that's probably a better way, just dark shit. And I just was like, I need to not look at this shit. Like, it's honestly bringing me to like a funk. And so what happens though is that through Mitch's channel is that I get words of encouragement. I get a positive, our friends that we've met on this channel, John Hall comes out, spends the weekend, and changes my perspective at that moment. I mean, and so I talked to Jen. I talked to her for a long time the other day, and I was like, I cried and I was upset, and she always reaches out, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I just feel like that it brings me to a lighter place, and I just don't feel so in it. But I'm like, dude, I need to not look at it. Like, honestly, I just walk away from it like, ugh. Like, it's gross,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing how you learn who you can lean on in times, and you would never expect
true.
it to be.
Yeah, and on that note, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's like, people that have been through the shit in life, when they make connections with other people, it's like, like George Big Mac's never been to prison, but he grew up the hard way, and he lives the hard way. He works his ass off for his family. He's a good dude.
Thank
Everybody
you.
on this channel right here has been through some kind of shit in life that, come on, Lou, you're from New York, man. That ain't no fucking easy town to live in,
Exactly.
so.
Roger Williams is another one.
Yeah,
I was like,
Roger Williams.
Williams. Shout out Roger
Oh,
Williams.
Roger Williams. Yeah. Shout
It's
out
like,
to Roger
you
Williams.
meet
Yeah.
them and they're genuine people, and you meet people from the upper crust of society. I don't think they have the same genuine concern about their friends and their loved ones that people right here on this channel have for each other. Guys.
Louis a good one too. Louis is, you're passionate, you're compassionate about people, and same with Jen, same with everybody on this really is. I mean, and I feel like Jen, that's kind of where your lane is. Like, you really connect with me. Louis, you too, whack too. I mean, we just do it in different lanes, right?
Totally.
But we all have that same road. I think
That's why we connected.
You know?
That's why we all connected.
Yep, for
So
sure.
let me ask you, Louis, like, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Instagram, about the music industry, the Illuminati. You know, my understanding Illuminati, I know how it started and all this. It's a real thing, but it's mostly, I always thought it was mostly people involved with money, you know, the banking system, money. I know that, what was that guy that he was one of the head dudes of the French Revolution. He was funded by the Illuminati to do the French Revolution, all that stuff. I forgot his name. I know he left his baby child on the steps of a Catholic church. But I want to ask you, you think we should do an episode about all this crap about the music industry?
Love to, yeah. I mean,
Even
I like
Louis
to,
would be
I like
good
to
at
do
that.
that with you,
That would
Louis.
be
that'd be
really
very
good.
cool. The industry's changed so much in the last couple
Yes.
of
And,
years,
you know,
especially with the advent of streaming, and it's changed entirely. It really is.
Jenny
It's-
Selby
it's-
said,
It's
love from
completely,
San
the roof is
Diego.
completely blown off. I'd love to delve in. Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that would be good. That would be really
Would be
good for you guys. I
Shout
think
out
that would be
Jimmy.
And you have a different take. Now it's interesting. You have a
Jim-
completely different take on what you might think that not, and whether this has nothing to do with agree or disagree. This is just your take, and that's what I think is very interesting. So I'd like to hear that, and then I think we could have a great discussion about
Yeah.
it, and then I'm sure there's so
Especially
many other
like
people.
my thing is like how music has influenced society, and like, you know, like certain genres of music are no longer we watched a thing on Cypress Hill the
Good
other
night,
day,
Miss
right?
Williams.
Okay.
We watched a thing on Cypress Hill, how
Yeah.
they
It's
started,
so good.
everything they did. Those,
Right.
and, you know, I'm a white dude in prison. I don't like rap, you know, but now I'm like, oh,
You
Cypress
understand
Hill,
that?
you know,
Yeah.
how could you kill a man, all this shit, you know. But them dudes remain true to what they were in the beginning. They're older guys now, but
That's
they
it, yeah.
cross, not, how would you say that? You know,
Genres.
not genres, but I mean, they cross boundaries into other people's lives. Like, I'm a white dude. I grew up in a white town with Native
Oh, a different
Americans and
ethnicity.
bikers.
Yeah.
I'm
The
a
ethnicity.
biker.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they reach out, they touch me, I dig their music. And so connections are made with other
Right.
people
That-
through music. It's just weird. So music influences people, right?
Like, I didn't
Absolutely,
realize
big
that
time.
punk influenced them. I had no idea. until
Yeah, they
about
were
that.
influenced by
Yeah.
punk rock and heavy hardcore metal and shit.
Yeah, and
So-
also obviously weed was a big deal with
Yeah.
them also.
But
Yeah.
so those
Weed was
guys,
huge.
you don't see another, there's not, who's the next fucking Cypress Hill?
Hmm,
You know?
Interesting. I mean, there's so many. I mean, Whack is a connoisseur of the old school.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like music is the universal language, right?
It is.
Yeah.
100%.
You can take a kid and let's just say Cambodia, right? That he like his whole living is based off of what his father catches with his hands, right? And what his mother produces with her hands. That's his whole living, right? There's not a TV in the village, but I guarantee you, in some way, that village has heard of Elvis Presley, Michael, Justin Bieber, whatever, right? And so, like, I feel like the Illuminati through music, that's one of the biggest avenues for the Illuminati to control people is through music, because it's how else do you influence a whole culture? It's through music. That's how
So Whack, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's how this generation now is a hip hop based generation, and it was through music. It was, you know what I mean? It was through music, and I'm sure down the line, like, everything changes. So now everything is like hip hop based. 20 years from now, it might be who knows what.
But the thing, what I'm
Country.
saying, hey, Whack, this is what I'm saying, and Louis, and everybody is it ain't just fucking rap now. Cypress Hill was rap.
Right.
Ice-T, Ice Cube, and Ice-T was like Ice-T, Ice Cube, same thing, but everybody had a different style of rap, right? Punk rock, everybody had a different style of punk. There ain't no more fucking punk rock coming out. Where's the new punk rock at?
Very little.
It pushed
Very,
it
very
out.
little.
So what
Yeah,
I'm saying, people in control of the music business have ruined rap. They
Ah,
ruined punk rock. I mean, you never hear
Okay.
it. How do you
All
find
right.
out about it?
that's Mitch, you hit on something. That's the discussion.
Right.
Of where things are getting funneled and controlled because of the big dollars and there's only a couple of big record companies now. Everything's changed, but that's a discussion. That's a discussion.
Not only that,
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Willie G has been a member for 17 months. That's another thing I want to say is thank you so much for all of our members, all of our subs, all of our Patreon members, everybody who follows Mitch on Instagram. Want to say big shout out. Thank you guys
thank you guys so
so
much.
much. Thanks, Willie G. 17 months. That's awesome.
That's badass.
That's badass.
So my thing is, yeah, they still got rap, but it's not really rap anymore. It's just some garbage.
Garbage.
6ix9ine and all these other. They're saying it's like I don't even think they're writing their own music. They're producing a sound and a message that these executives that are supposed to be Illuminati guys to program and indoctrinate. Like they got this guy in the Grammys, with the big Satan shit and all that. I mean, come on, man. When I was a young guy, that would have never been on TV. And the message is, now they're out in the open. They're not hiding anymore.
They don't have to. They don't have to.
Yeah, that's a good. I think Mitch, let's
They don't-
do something with that. I think that's
Yeah,
a
I think that's a great
that
idea.
could
That's
be
awesome.
that could be quite a series because we can
Uh,
really you're gonna get
yeah,
a
I think
lot
so
of
too.
feedback.
Big shout out to, they've been mentioning his name, and I think he's really something, is Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's really like
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
interesting
Very
and
interesting.
so
Huge.
with it. I mean,
The other day on Instagram,
Yeah.
I found some Jewish rapper who's very similar to Tom
Yeah.
McDonald.
Yeah, I saw that
Right.
too. Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot
Yeah.
his name though, but he's a
Yeah.
Jewish cat.
And it's
You know?
crazy because like I was thinking the other day, I have Sirius radio doing, so I listen to the Spectrum and they have like a real big range of different, it's mostly rock, but from old to new, right? And one of the things I was listening to some song, it was like, I want to say it was like John Lennon or something. And I thought to myself, okay, it might just be me and it might just be my age, but at least people freaking really stood for something. And the words for their songs, and I'm really gonna sound old, but like, but at least, like, I mean, you even look at like Joan Baez, like whatever, like even right or wrong, believe it or whatever,
George Harrison.
they really felt something politically and put it into music, right? Marvin Gaye. Do you mean like, it's like you look at that and you're like, now, like, people have a platform to reach millions of people, right?
It's garbage.
It's like garbage. I mean, it's like you don't like, it's just so bizarre to me how people don't use that platform to make things better or actually take a stand on something and say, you know why? Because it's like that guy that does the word on the street. Like he'll ask people, what country is the United States in? And they're fucking
Yeah.
clueless. Do you know what I mean? They're
Nobody
just
knows.
like,
Nobody knows.
Right.
When was the War of 1812? 2013.
Yeah, what's interesting about Tom McDonald too is that he's got he's got a lot of followers, a lot of streams, and then again, nobody knows him either.
right. Isn't
How
that a
about that?
coincidence?
That's what's
Nobody
that's
what?
what's-
Yeah.
nobody knows
what?
him.
Nobody really knows who he is.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
really knows who he is. But that's also interesting too, because when we talk about social media, I mean, and that's another discussion we could also have. There are people, with 500,000 followers, and you go on the street and you ask them if they ever heard of them, and they go, "No, I don't know who that is."
Right. Well,
Yeah.
they said like I always thought it was funny. Jen and I have talked about this before. I always thought it was funny when they have like when YouTubers would do like, we're gonna have a meet and greet, like let's blah blah blah, like we're gonna be at such a such store or whatever. Of
That's it.
somebody that has like, I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but the guy that had like he was at Mardi Gras and he was out there doing his thing. You know what I'm talking about, Jen, but she's super thick, and he literally like he had like it blew up. He had like 4 million views, whatever, on his thing. And then he worked for like some car dealership, like Cadillac. He did a meet and greet like a week later, like at Cadillac, and people are like, "Are you for real?" I'm just like, "What?" And people are like, "Who is this guy?" But the guy had like 4 million views, whatever. Just because you're an internet
And
That's right.
star doesn't make you a star. You know what I mean?
What's that, Jen?
he was like a meme everywhere. Like they use that, and I'm like, who is this?
And then you know what they say like about the algorithms is so weird. Like you just don't know what's gonna pop into it
Oh,
and what's
no,
gonna.
you can't control.
And
it.
now they're
Yeah.
saying, I mean, look who owns it. China does own TikTok. I mean, and
Yeah.
I'm a TikTok fanatic.
Mhm.
Totally will
Are you?
admit it.
Are you?
I
She put
am.
me
I need
on.
to stop. I need to
Well,
like.
you just go.
I
Well,
need
you
to-
just,
Hey,
just go
Adrian,
down the rabbit holes. You just go down the rabbit holes.
give it up
Yeah,
for
Mitch
Lynn.
goes down rabbit holes too, but just not on TikTok.
I
Yeah.
look at different stuff, you know, I look at political stuff and I look at, you know, whatever. You know, all this stuff about, you know, hey, you have emotional problems, you know, let's just cut your penis off and we'll solve that problem for you, you know, it just actually,
Sign me
you
up.
know, we had our priest come over here and we had a house, we had our priest come out and bless our house the other day, and our priest is actually kind of politically active. You know, we did a lot of chatting about that. So
Yeah.
people are really, I don't understand the whole woke thing, but you know. So Big Max.
Yes.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Big Max is sitting in his garage.
He is the ultimate man cave
His
garage.
garage is.
Yeah.
You want to see?
So I say, hey, dog, I got to use the bathroom. I got to take a leak. I said, yeah. He says, right there.
Let me show you Mitch's favorite room of the house. Check it out.
It is. Mitch loves
big.
that.
Look
Mitch
at
wants
this.
to put
This
one
is
in.
Mitch's favorite
Man
room.
cave, bro.
Big
Look
Max
at this.
Cribs.
In
Big
the
Max
garage.
Can you, right?
Cribs. That's great.
Raider Nation.
That's right. Mitch
Yeah.
loves this. And look at this is what Mitch and Adrian gave me. Mitch and Adrian shot me that right there. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave me that. There's fucking Herbert, like Louis calls him. And if it wasn't for Mitch and Adrian, of course, she's the tech support. This guy would just be sitting here with 2 inches of dust just because every time I go, every day when I go cruising, I think of you guys, man. I love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
That's right.
You trip me out. Big Man's got a urinal. He's got a urinal in his garage.
You're going to
Yeah,
get one
cool.
too, Mitch, in your wood shop. We're going to put one in your wood shop, bro.
I might have to. I might have to.
You know a plumber who could do that?
I don't
You know, I got a little plumbing skills, you know, but yeah, you know, life's a trip, bro. It's just you know, I met so many cool people on this channel, and I'm just grateful. It's been you know, I was on parole when I started this,
Yeah.
and I
That's
actually
right.
had parole officers contact me in California, say, hey, he has some of his parolees watch my channel. Just blows my mind. Yeah, looks like wax. Just there he is.
Oh,
And
I'm here.
you know, when I was cleaning out homeless camps in Sacramento, the cop, my boss had a contract with the city, and then we had to work with the cops. They would evict the homeless people out of certain areas, and we'd clean out their camps. And all the cops watched my channel. I was like, wow. One time I was walking down the street in Placerville, and this cop, his sheriff, that's when they had the, you know, the big Hangtown protest. But the sheriff goes, hey, you so-and-so. I go, yeah. He goes, man, I watch your channel. I'm like, fuck, dude. Just blows my mind how many people watch this channel, you know, it's just kind of crazy. But life is good, life is rich. And so what's your Louis, what's one of your favorite memories of the channel? Let's go around. People say what's one of your favorite moments of our channel?
Wow.
As far as
good
our
one.
content, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, really my favorite memories really were when you were first mostly earlier actually, when you would really, you're just telling your story. And there were a lot of riveting, you know, stories about you, about how you got your act together, the pivoting point of you when you were working. Oh, one of the ones I remember you working in the food with the food, right? I remember there were some just the stories, some of the
Yeah.
right, some of the classic stories were just incredible. And one of the things that always say, you know, it's like I remember we used to say, "Hey youngster, back up. Hey youngster," and just all those early stories, off just so matter of factly, Mitch. You know, you basically were just letting them out, and and that's the content that I really is still dear to my heart.
Cool. Cool. What about you, Jen?
I think a lot of the moments really were some that were behind the scenes, honestly. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
What I mean by that is I would be watching and listening, just hearing, you know, some of the storytelling and things like that. And it wasn't storytelling. There was people that I knew in real life that would reach out to me and be like, "Hey, you know, I want to stay anonymous, but I know Mitch. I served time with him, and what he says is the real deal. He is who he says he is, and different races and everything." And
That's right.
that felt really like it felt good just because I had invested so much in believing in this movement, you know, the Heart Intentions movement. And I say that because it really was. We all became family in a sense. And I know it got me through a terrible time in my life. I don't think it's any coincidence, you know, that today is my dad's heavenly birthday. You know, he would have been 80 today. And it was through losing him that I started seeking out, you know, support somewhere, somehow. And, you know, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you always got us, always, you know.
Always. Yeah. I appreciate you guys, all of you.
What about you, Big White? What stands out the most of the last 3 years of our channel? What kind of
Just the realness, bro. The you know, the camaraderie, the genuine relationships that have been formed, and just the willingness to open yourself up a little bit to share what you have experienced, so maybe the next person, the next youngster ain't gonna go through the same thing. And you know, and then you know what? I wanted to mention this earlier, but I'll be quick about it. Is just watching you and Adrian and you telling me the backstory of, you know how
how
you guys
mean she
met,
is?
all that. Yeah,
Black
you
nose.
know, and look at this. I mean, come on now, right? Like if there is a love story, it's Mitch and Adrian.
Yes, sir.
And you know, I've learned, especially in these 3 years, like I've learned you get what you put out, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, it's for another time and another place, but you know, what I lost, I had a big part in that, you know what I mean? And moving forward, you know what I'm saying? I can look back at you guys and be like, well, you know what? If they made it through that and they're still doing their thing, then, you know what I mean? Anything's possible. So I love you guys. These kids are going crazy. So I'm gonna sign out. But I want to tell everybody, man, Mitch, you already know what it is, bro. You know what I mean? I'll take a bullet for you, homie. And that's on everything. Louis, you know what it is, brother. I owe you that interview and I got you.
Love you, Slinger.
Jen, you know what I mean? I wish you the best. You're sincere. I love you, you know what I mean? And
Realist.
on your business. George, I love you, bro. You know what I mean? We're gonna be enemies for the next 8 months, starting next month, bro. You know what I mean? But I love you, Adrian. I love you, sis. And I'll see you guys this summer. But much
Okay.
love,
Love you,
everybody.
bro.
Sounds
Have a good
good.
night with the kids. Love you, dog.
Good night.
Oh, what?
All right, man. Peace.
Good night. Love you
Peace.
back.
What about you, Big Dog, Big George? What's up?
Check it out, man. The funniest one is always when Adrian chimes in the back, dude. You'll be doing a live. I remember one when you went on the first.
You better watch it, George. I'm just gonna tell you right now, you better watch
Well, I'm not,
it.
it's not gonna be nothing bad. The first one when you went to Arizona, with Lion Brian and them homies. Remember the first time you went, and then you came back. You were telling the story how, yeah, you know what? I came back early because I missed the pad. And then you hear Adrian in the back. I missed the pad. Oh, damn! I was rolling, man. That shit's funny. I always tell you, you guys are like Ricky and Lucy up in there, man. You guys are hilarious. That's it, dude. You guys know how I feel. I love you guys, and every time I go cruising in Herbie, I think of you guys. And I mean, fudge. If it wasn't for you guys, like I said already, man, who knows what I'd be doing right now? Oh, I'd be watching the Laker game. That's what I'd be doing.
So, Mr. Joseph, I forgot. I want to say one thing to you guys. I forget about not about the content, just about you guys. I'm so happy that I met you guys. I'm so happy that I'm part of this family.
Totally.
And I'm so happy that you're thriving. I really I can't tell you. I speak about it a lot to people that I just people, that I friends, and they ask me what I'm doing, and I said, I have the podcast, and I interviewed this gentleman, and the first thing I say is, he's got an amazing story. Yes, he was away for a long time, but the main thing I say is he is thriving. He's out. He's thriving. The guy is real. And Mitchell, I gotta say,
The
this
realest.
lady, this lady next to you, I know you know.
Yeah.
Love her. I love you. And I'm so
Aw,
happy you
Lou,
guys
that's
asked
so
me to
sweet.
be a part of
Thank you.
this. And
Well, I wouldn't be doing this without her.
That's right.
100%.
That's for sure.
And I want to thank, and same thing, Jen. I always, whenever you post something, if I miss something, I always try to hit you because I'm always thinking about you. And Georgie, baby.
Boy, chick, you already know.
Boy, chick. We have such a love affair. It's great. It is crazy.
It's true. So I gotta say, I just remembered this. I don't know who came up with this. It might have been Whack. It might have been Louis. I'm not sure, but they said this would be the only channel that you have a Jew,
That was
a
me.
Gentile.
Who do you
Was it
think
you?
That's only
was
you
me.
would say that.
Southern Mexican, a Northern Mexican.
My
It's
crib.
the only channel. Here it is here.
Hey, you gotta
right.
use that in the title.
Yeah, you do actually, because yes, 100,
I love it.
100%. That's
I
that
love
man right
it.
there. Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I just want to say that it's been really an incredible 3 years. Like really it has. And I have so much love for all of you guys, Whack included.
Guys.
We have been all in this last 3 years through some definite journeys, all of us. And we wouldn't be where we're at with this channel is where we actually really want to be. With everybody, I'm watching this chat right now and I'm watching Tashanka talk, and with all of our subs and all of our members. And, I know it sounds really hokey, but it's really true. Like this family has, and I don't like to use that term either. It's used really loosely, I think. But I really mean it when I say that. I mean, you guys have done so much for us. Like, honestly, we would not be thriving, honestly. I mean, I think Mitch and I would have done fine, but not to the extent that we are right now. I feel like we are thriving in so many ways because of the people we've met on this channel. We wouldn't have, honestly, we would not have been able to make this move to Arizona without people from this channel. That's 1,000,000% accurate. I mean, from people coming to help us, people donating stuff to us to help us with the move, moving
Big
vans,
shout out. Big shout out to D Menace.
Yep.
I mean, we had somebody drive, saying we're moving to Arizona, blah, 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 yeah, this and that. When you moving? Give me the date, where you live, where you going, this and that. And I go, what's up? He goes, I'm going to drop a truck at your house. I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'm going to drop a truck at your house and you're going to load your shit in there and they're going to drive it to your new house and you're going to unload it.
Yes, sir.
Like, okay. Hey, bro, homeboy sent a semi truck to our house to move our shit. I mean, it blew my mind. So D Menace, Thank you. Love you. I mean,
This is kind of our dream, right? So Louis, like, I really thank you for that statement, because it's really like, Mitch always laughs and says, I didn't think you'd really want to move out there, and it's funny because with our friends, Silver and Deb, also, like, they helped us like so much. And I just, all the love that we got fills my cup. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. You
Nothing.
good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Real.
So,
It's for real.
and so I feel like that has been really like, just, it's an amazing thing. Like, again, I would be super sad if I didn't talk to you guys anymore. Like, it would really get me. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like Jen and I just, will you stop fucking with that?
yeah.
See what I mean? See what I mean? I love that shit.
What's up, Big Mick? Big Mick says you want a tequila shot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. Thanks so much. But
It's amazing.
it is. It's really
People are-
amazing. And I
people are
just, it is. And I just really feel like we wouldn't be here. So as much as people say as we do for them, I totally feel the exact same thing about all of you. And, it's just was like really invigorating. We're in the middle of COVID and it's just so depressing and whatever. And Louis and I would just be like, he'd call me and be like, okay, how do you think I should go with this avenue? Jen was doing the same when she was starting her channel. Do you know what I mean? Like, we would talk all the time about maybe we should go that, maybe we should do this way, maybe we should do this, maybe you should take this lane. And it was just really, as crazy as things were at that time, it was really just kind of a beautiful thing, all the connections we all
No doubt
all
about it.
made. And I'm just really grateful for all of you. So
Beautiful.
thank you
Yeah,
guys.
and let's not
you.
forget, my very first appearance on YouTube was with Lockdown 23-1. Big
Jojo
Josh.
AZ, there's a big shout out
What's
for
up,
you
Jojo
too.
AZ?
Thank you
What's
for the
up,
super
brother?
chat. And Jojo AZ was like, he's been with us for a long one, and
Yeah.
he's been with Jen, and like they've stuck it out. So Jojo, thank you for all the support for all of us.
Thank
Appreciate
you so
it.
much. Yeah, Josh did my first interview with Josh, and then that was on his channel and all that stuff. And so, and
He was
that's
a
a
big part.
result of the thing with Jesse James. One of the guys that came on my Instagram said, hey, you should check out Josh, and I go, what the fuck is that? And he told me, and here we are, thanks to Josh. So, and I still communicate with him. So
I think what I'm going to do is I might repost Mitch's I might repost that interview, which was the first one Mitch did. I'll grab it off his channel and post it on ours.
Yeah,
But
that was great. I
and
love
they
that.
talk, Mitch communicates with him, and yeah, it's been a journey, and all of you guys are a huge part of that. And I just want to thank all you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you guys.
yeah, so
You.
thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
Love you,
everybody.
man.
Thank
Love you guys. Love you guys so much.
For
Thank
life.
you.
Love you guys.
And Louis will connect with you so you guys can do that,
Look at that.
channel.
Absolutely. Love to.
That thing.
Punch to
And
you,
Jen and
babe.
you and I will do,
Look at that license plate. Soon.
Love
Love
you.
you
Enjoy the
man.
rest of your
Love
weekend,
you.
folks. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Get
Love
out
you
there and
guys.
do it hard.
Love you.
Do it hard.
Boy chick. Boy chick.
Love you.
Love you. You
Love
already
Jen,
know.
Love you. You already know.
Bye, guys. Thank you guys
Vegas.
for being
Where do we click?
Peace.
here, babe.
Let's do it
Vegas,
again
go.
soon.
Please.
Vegas.
That's right, baby.
Love you guys.